Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with selections for Sunday the 6th of August. Well, apologies first because there wasn't going to be a video today, but I've had a quick look through and there are some interesting angles. Just to recap on yesterday, well, I won't say we were unlucky with the football, but it was just one team that let us down. There were 2 goals missing from the game, and that would have comfortably made it so we'd had £70-odd return in total on the day, which would have showed a nice profit. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, so we go on, we move on. So it's Sunday, so here are the selections. So it's a 20p each way Yankee and a 30p each way accumulator. Comes to a fiver. The first selection is Dreams a Dozen at 5-1 in the 2 o'clock at Chester, paying 3 places instead of 2. The second selection is Guns and Flowers at 7-1 in the 2:30 at Chester, paying 4 places instead of 3. Guns and Flowers, I think it's a decent price because there is one horse that's by Havana Grey, and that is notorious. That sire is notorious for wanting quick ground and has a bad record on slow ground. So I've eliminated that horse, and it gives us a better chance of a place. So the horse drawn in stall number 1, I believe it's called something like Make Believe. It generally rides races mid-division. So the stall 1 might not be ideal, but this horse ran okay last time, but it has tended to make the running. Well, if this horse can make the running, I think it could be a very difficult horse to pass. However, it is drawn 7, but as you may be well aware, when it's soft at chest or even heavy, they tend to race down the middle. So being drawn wide, it might not be too advantageous to be looking to go towards the low numbers or to go towards the inside rail. So I think it's definitely an interesting pick. It was disappointing last time because I think more was expected of it, but it was in a warmer race than this. The third selection is Papa Don't Preach at 12-1 in the 3:45 at Haydock. This was first 3 only. I'll tell you what, I'll get it up now and I'll show you exactly what I looked at. So it's Haydock, 5 furlong. And what I'm going to do for this, I believe there are 10 runners, so I'm going to go for runners 8 to 12. Just gives us a bit more variance. So I've included, sorry, I'm just looking to see if I can get my screen better. So I've included all the goings. So let's generate report. So as you can see, there's generally a preference for high numbers. It's not massive, don't get me wrong. And here's the win percentage, yeah? So it's 12% for high numbers. So we know it's not good to firm ground. It's actually, I think it's heavy. So let's get rid of firm, good to firm, and good. And as you can see, it's heading towards more favourable high numbers. So let's go a bit more extreme. Let's get rid of the good to soft. Hey, oh. 30 races analysed. Let's scroll down a bit further. And as you can see, it's in blue now. That's blue just means there's like basically higher than average, or it's a standout figure. So 12%. You can see, obviously, you still got the low numbers with a decent place terms, but it's got much more likely to win from a higher draw. So let's go with today's ground. Let me just double check. I'm sure it's heavy. Oh, so I've clicked on Chester. Right, let's forget that. It is heavy. So click on heavy, generate report. So there's only 11 races analysed here. So it's a small cross section of races. So 110 runners, 11 races analysed. Look at that, it's massively in favour of high numbers. So let's scroll down to so it's 18% win, 36% place, and it's much lower as you go towards the low numbers. So that's what I'm taking it on. So let's get back to this horse. This horse, I believe, is drawn 8 of 10. It's a bit in and out, and but it does handle slower ground. So it's, especially as a 2-year-old, it was very good over on slower ground. So Papa Don't Preach at 12-1 in the 3:45 at Haydock. It was interesting because Kevin Frost, the trainer of this horse, also had another horse entered for this race. It was a short name. It doesn't matter what we record. But I looked last night. I looked this morning. It was actually ran last night and won last night on heavy ground. So clearly, I think he's put two horses in that will handle the ground, and he's took one of them out, knowing that he's still got one in that handles the ground. That's what I'm taking it for. It may come tailed off last. I don't know, but I do think there's a good angle. For those of you that like to look at your own horses or select your own, I do think the one by Richard Fahey is. Could be a bit of a danger. The stable's absolutely flying at the moment, but I'm not too keen on it being first time out, especially at being gelded. However, it was gelded quite a long time ago, even though it hasn't ran since. I think it was like October. So I do tend to not like. I don't mind that too much. I just don't like them being gelded in like the last month because it's like having an operation before you go for a run or something like that. It's like you're not quite back to your best. I think you always need like a run under your belt before you're back to your best. I'm probably talking rubbish now. This is probably the most interesting horse in the race. There's two really. Wind Your Neck In at 6-1 in the 5:15 at Haydock, paying 4 places instead of 3. Going back to form, I think on its third ever run, it beat Israel on soft ground. Don't get me wrong, Israel has progressed really well since. I think it's rated 100 and something now. And obviously, clearly, it wasn't that horse then. This horse loves soft ground. It used to run its best races when it was held up, but recently it's been like in touch with the leaders. I think I wouldn't say I want it in touch with the leaders. I'd say probably, let's say there's 12 runners. I'd like to see it in about 5th or 6th place, just like slightly off the pace, but enough to be able to make a move. I'm actually becoming quite a fan of Safi Osborne now. I think she brings horses very quietly into races. Don't get me wrong, I think she still gets bullied out of positions. I think she rode a horse for us not long ago where it was travelling the best, and she allowed like the hold-up horses to come alongside. And then she got like nudged either side, and she'd have made a move beforehand. That would never have happened, and I think we could have had a winner that day. But forget all that. Wind Your Neck In at 6-1 in the 5:15 at Haydock. It loves soft ground. There is the first two in the betting, Derry Lad and the one by David O'Meara, definitely interesting. But Derry Lad, I think it will absolutely love this heavy ground. It's just that the only problem is it's ran 2 races recently. It won them both, but it's shot up the handicap now, and its highest Racing Post rating was 86, which is now off 84. Well, don't get me wrong, I think it did win on good to firm ground, which I think it would have probably absolutely hated, but it still won on it. This has probably been the target, if I'm being honest, because this is by far the most expensive race it's ran in the last 3 races. So I think Derry Lad has got a chance, very good chance, especially on the ground, but I do like Wind Your Neck In at 6-1. So, as I said, there won't be a video now till Monday evening. That will, I believe it's Catterick on Tuesday. I'm going to have a study with the football bets. I placed another one since. There's nothing happening. Well, there's a match, but it's not going to change the odds. I'm going to show you the football bets for the entire pre-season. I'm probably going to put a couple more on. I have a real good study. But what I do find interesting is I fancy West Ham to finish bottom half. I think Wolves are going to have a really bad season. In the Championship, I do like... They're not really. It's not really a surprise, but I think Middlesbrough actually struggled this season after I tipped them last season. I just don't think they made any fantastic signings. Bear in mind, if you want to switch off now, that's fine. I'm talking about football now, not horse racing. So you've got the horse racing bet. So in the Championship, I think it's honestly between Leicester, Southampton, and Norwich. In League One, I do still like the look of Derby. I'm not going to get too carried away with Barnsley winning 7-0, but I like the look of Derby, Blackpool. And there was another one, Derby, Blackpool. Well, you have to see the video Monday evening to find out which one it was. But in the second division, I'm sticking out. Even though both of them got beat, I'm actually going for like dual forecast. So pick the first and second in the league. I'm scratching red a bit. Well, I'm actually scratching red at the moment. I'm scratching red at the moment with the selections in League Two. There's 2 that I really fancy. But I'm looking to try and pick the first 2 in the league, and I like to pick 3 or 4 runners. So at the moment, I'm looking at Stags because I think they played very well yesterday. They were just the wheels fell off a bit towards the end. Stags, sticking with Wrexham, Stockport. I think Gillingham are going to be a danger. Gillingham were bought by either a millionaire or billionaire back in the last season, and he pretty much saved them, along with Colchester. Well, he didn't save Colchester, but Colchester went down the same route as well. I think under Neil Harris, who used to manage Millwall, I think Gillingham are going to be extremely hard to beat. I don't think they've made that many signings, but I think they're still looking for a striker. So anyway, enough rabbiting on. Have a great day. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.